presidential decree approves amending key provisions of Egypt's Senate Law number 141 for 2020. Environment Minister Yasmin Fouad arrives in Nice, France, to attend the 3rd UN Ocean Conference. Egypt Air launches an air bridge to repatriate pilgrims from Hajj, operating 6 return flights from Jeddah to Cairo. The official Gazette has published a presidential decree amending key provisions of Egypt's Senate Law number 141 of 2020. The amendment includes recognizing electoral districts into 27 single-member districts and 4 list-based districts with specific seat allocations per district. Lists with 13 seats must include at least 3 women, while those with 37 seats must have at least 7 women. New candidacy requirements mandate submitting a CV, a criminal record, political affiliation, financial disclosure, educational certificates, military service proof, and a deposit fee. The updated electoral district tables replace the previous one, and the law takes effect the day after publication. Minister of Environment Yasmin Fouad has arrived in Nice, France on Monday to take part in the 3rd United Nations Oceans Conference. Fouad emphasized that the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference will primarily focus on 3 critical objectives: conserving marine biodiversity, preserving fisheries, and promoting the achievement of the 30 by 30 global target of the Global Biodiversity Framework. Suez Canal Economic Zone announced the arrival of the cruise ship Arroya at the Sokhna port. The vessel, carrying 2,351 tourists of various nationalities and a crew of 1,500, docked at 8 a.m., arriving from Safaga port. The visit underscores the Suez Canal's economic zone commitment to boosting maritime tourism within its ports and solidifying its position as a regional hub for tourism, maritime services, and logistics. Egypt Air has launched the air bridge to bring pilgrims back home after completing the Hajj ritual, operating 6 flights from Jeddah to Cairo. During this year's Hajj season, the national carrier Egypt Air is transporting around 66,500 pilgrims on 654 flights, 324 outbound and 330 return, covering pilgrims from the public lottery, charity organizations, tourist Hajj, and special flights, in addition to transit pilgrims from several countries. Under the 100 Million Health campaign, Egypt's Ministry of Health has announced that 3.25 million women have been screened through the presidential initiative for maternal and fetal health care since its launch. The program aims to early detection and free treatment of diseases transmitted from mother to fetus, including hepatitis B, HIV, and syphilis in pregnant women. Follow-up care is provided for 42 days post-delivery to monitor the mother and newborn's health. The initiative is integrated into routine maternal and child health services across health units and centers nationwide. Egypt's health ministry has confirmed full medical readiness of the North Coast ahead of the 2025 summer season. A detailed report from Matruh Health Directorate outlined the public health measures, facility inspections, a 24/7 central operations room, and effective coordination protocols. Preventative checks covered tourist sites, food facilities, resorts, and water and sewage systems, while infection control in private health care was closely monitored. Training was provided for hospital directors and emergency staff. All medical teams were vaccinated against hepatitis B, and a vaccine storage unit was established at Marina Central Hospital. Isolation areas, sanitation, and pest control efforts were also ramped up. Ministry of Health and Population continues to offer free cancer detection services as part of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi's national initiative to combat four of the most common deadly cancers: lung, colon, prostate, and cervical. Ministry spokesman Hossam Abdel Ghaffar confirmed that the initiative launched in June 2023 under the 1 Million Healthy Lives campaign has already provided services to more than 11.1 million citizens. New Cairo City Authority has set a date for handing over the Beit al-Watan land plots offered in Phase 8 of the 6th settlement starting July 1st, 2025 until September 4th, 2025. The ministry explained that Phase 8 offering Beit al-Watan plots include a total area of approximately 260 fidans, comprising 891 residential plots in the 6th settlement in New Cairo. So far, 45 plots have been booked. Egypt's General Authority for Veterinary Services has declared a state of maximum alert after foot and mouth disease, including SAT1 strain, was reported in nearby countries such as Iraq, Kuwait, Bahrain, and Turkey. Although Egypt remains free of the outbreak, authorities have launched early warning measures, intensified surveillance, and continue nationwide vaccination campaigns to protect livestock. The Ministry of Agriculture assured that vaccines and serums are readily available and high-risk areas are being closely monitored to prevent any potential spread. Beni Suef Governor Dr. Mohammed Hani Ghunaim has conducted a surprise inspection of the new taxi station complex beneath Adli Mansour Access, reviewing final preparations for its operation. The governor stressed the importance of completing engineering work to ensure smooth traffic flow and prevent congestion. He called for urgent implementation of traffic solutions, including expanding entrances, improving intersections, and easing service vehicle movement without disrupting overall traffic. The new 25,000 square meter complex, with a capacity of 600 vehicles, features 2 mosques, a clinic, security post, post office, pedestrian tunnel, water tank, and shops. With just 24 days to go, Egypt is set to open a long-awaited Grand Egyptian Museum on July 3, 2025, set to become the world's largest museum dedicated to a single civilization.
Approved by Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and announced by Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli, Egypt is set to make history with the official opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum, GEM, on July 3, 2025. A world-class ceremony is planned, with government ministries ensuring seamless logistics at airports, hotels, and roads leading to the venue, ensuring a seamless experience for distinguished guests. Hailed as Egypt's gift to the world, the gem is set to become the world's largest museum dedicated to a single civilization, ancient Egypt, covering 500,000 square meters and including 12 exhibition halls. It is twice the size of the Louvre in Paris and 2.5 times larger than the British Museum in London. The museum sits just 2 kilometers from the Giza pyramids, offering visitors breathtaking views of Egypt's most iconic landmarks. For the first time since its discovery in 1922, the entire treasure collection of King Tutankhamun will be displayed in one place, making it a historic cultural milestone. Since late 2022, the museum has hosted exclusive events and private group visits, allowing officials to fine-tune the visitor experience before full public access. In recognition of its architectural excellence, UNESCO awarded the gem the prestigious Prix Versailles in 2024, cementing its status as one of the most beautiful museums in the world. With its grand opening just months away, Egypt is set to introduce the world to a new era of cultural and historical preservation.
Egypt's central bank law has set clear rules on bank ownership. Individuals or entities must notify the bank if owning between 5% and 10% of the bank's capital. Ownership above 10% or effective control requires central bank approval. Inherited stakes over 10% must be regularized within 2 years, or voting rights for the excess shares will be suspended. Finance Minister Ahmed Khoushok affirmed that efforts are underway to reduce the burden on investors in the upcoming period, with a priority on broadening the tax base to create fiscal space for more incentive-driven initiatives for taxpayers. Khoushok stated that the government is working to ease both tax and non-tax obligations for its funding partners by simplifying and streamlining procedures. He noted that there is an ambitious practical program in place to reduce non-tax burdens and unify collection authorities. Cleric Services Limited has opened a new delivery center in Cairo, Egypt, expanding its global operations and enhancing technical support for major telecom clients. The center will provide multilingual support to clients in the US and Europe, leveraging Cairo's skilled talent pool and strategic location. CEO Kapil Jian highlighted the move as part of E-Cleric's mission to deliver tech-enabled customer care, while Head of Customer Operations Michael Hutchison praised Cairo's innovation and growth potential. India is looking to increase imports from Egypt, including citrus fruit, lemon, fertilizer, and manufactured goods. Speaking to Al-Qahira News, Indian Ambassador to Cairo, Suresh K. Reddy, noted that India has already invested over $4 billion in Egypt, generating more than 38,000 jobs. He added that with India's ongoing renewable energy projects, Indian investments in Egypt could grow by another $10 billion. Al-Ahly has lost to Mexico's Pachuca 5-3 on penalties after a 1-1 draw in a Club World Cup warm-up friendly in Miami. Pachuca took an early lead, but Ahly equalized in the second half through Trezeguet. Ahly coach Jose Riviero made several changes, including debuting new signing Ahmed Said Zizou. In the shootout, Pachuca scored all 5 penalties, while Ahly missed one, handing Pachuca the win. The match served as key preparation for both teams ahead of the upcoming FIFA Club World Cup in the US. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Here's what we've been covering. A presidential decree approves amending key provisions of Egypt's Senate Law number 141 of 2020. Environment Minister Yasmin Fouad arrives in Nice, France to attend the 3rd UN Ocean Conference. And Egypt Air launches its air bridge to repatriate pilgrims from Hajj, operating 6 return flights from Jeddah to Cairo. That's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments.